You can then use your Concussive Blast off of that vertical cover to get straight down onto the Ana, try and take the 1v1, which you're usually going to win if you have your Mercy Pocket with you. You can see Erky currently setting up there as British Hurricane roll out. They've got Sooner on this Sombra, but it may well be a scouting Sombra and they'll swap to something else after they've had a little bit of a scout seeing what's going on. Kevster is going to do a lot of shield damage here, and combined with Erky, the double projectile will mean that Hadi's shield will instantly evaporate. He's only got 600 HP, but this could be a full dive from British Hurricane, with Danad moving over to the Genji.
That's what I want to see, man. I want to see some Genji. I was so excited, of course, when 222 was announced for playoffs and contenders. Get to see some insane Genji players, Danad being one of them. Now, can they actually claim a whole lot here? They've still got to contend with that Orisa and the Hog.
Yeah, the thing is, Bok is going to be stuck on the low ground. You know, Erky can use his Concussive Blast here to not only waylay the dives, but also to move on to this particular hero.
It's not really where you want to be if you're Yofi right now. You've got to be careful. Erky splash damage with those rockets on the side of the wall, and now he can just jump on the supports, and mega health back completely denied. Nice little hack on him, though. Doesn't mean Sooner ends up securing the kill, but with no healers, British Hurricane clutching at straws. They will be building up a lot of ults here. Dano trying to get the most damage down as possible to try and build up towards the Dragon Blade. EMP Dragon Blade, pretty devastating combo.
Brucean once again remains for Rock, can go for an early pick here. If he does so, it will stabilize the defense of Angry Titans. Kevster, he moves over now onto this Tracer. He thinks that potentially they can just make a two-man dive onto Bucket. We saw that Yofi overextended to try and get a boot, was well out of the line of sight of his Ana, so no healing could come through. And now it's going to be the same story for Hadi.
Another big dive. There's the Rocket Barrage on the back, though, but instantly gets denied. Sooner was waiting for him. Danad finds the pick as well onto A-Fox. Now he's got a reset, and the rest of British Hurricane can go to work. Tuplux drops down to the low ground. RBAT just clamoring for point presence right now, but British Hurricane during that fight, Harry got up a nice couple of ults to themselves, got EMP, they got the Blade. They only really invested the Nano there, which was almost a perfect fight, and now AT, they're forced to change.
And I loved the way that Sooner set that up right there. He was below the bridge. You know, there were two routes of potential disengagement from that four-man dive. They'll either go into the corridor, where you can easily get a lot of cleave from your D.Va, from your Winston, or they go down into this area, where Sooner could easily pick them up with hacks from behind.
Oh, that EMP not coming out just yet.
Trouble.
He got stunned. Oh, he got found out. Just the left click from Erky was enough to reveal the Sombra. You hear that noise, the uncloaking, bam, easy kill. And that Translocator as well, you got to remember that shadow, that brief... Is it a shadow? It's like a digital, I don't know what she does, slip into cyberspace or something. Yeah. But like, when she blinks back, it blinks back in the direction of where the Translocator is.
Yeah, the trail definitely will lead you to her, and that's what you need against the Sombra. You need to be able to dictate the pace. They may be looking for an EMP into Blade here to make sure that there's no means for Angry Titans to try and mitigate this.
Again, Brucean just comes up big. Like, these small little plays from an AT just working out so well. As soon as you reveal the Sombra, it's pretty disastrous. EMP's still going to come out, though. Danny not pulling the Blade just yet. Doesn't think he needs to be fair. Insta-Gill and Supluke. Pretty easy fight. Now Brucean going down as well. British Hurricane slowly moving this payload. Well, they're trying to at least. The May's going to be there to deny a lot of room.
And you can see that Angry Titans have moved everyone to this Brigitte now because they want that shield bash. It's so important for trying to deal with the Blade.
Look at those swift strikes, man. Oh my, it's so nice seeing Benji. Benji?
Benji the Genji.
No, I was about to say Brenji then. I don't think...
the Brenji wouldn't make it this far.
I don't he doesn't make it very far in rank, to be fair, either, mate. Hurricane now have that Blade ready to go. They've even got Nano too, Harry.
They've got 5 ultimates ready to go, and this is going to be all about what Hadi can do to tank the CC. He needs to get the shield bash out. He needs to get out that hook, potentially the flashbang as well, then clear the path for Danny.
Bog setting up, Nano, Blade. You go straight onto the back line, getting pushed back by the whole hook, but instantly denying Kevster and Fat all the space. Goodbye, Super Fluke as well. That's what you want to see, and survives on 1 HP. Oh my goodness, that couldn't have been any more perfect. British Hurricane caps second point as well.
The definition of clutch right there. Kevster just a little bit too slow on the draw, but you know, Danny was ready with that reflect as well. It was pretty cool how we saw Fat position in front of Kevster to make sure there was no potential for a sleep dart, and that meant that it was a very dangerous proposition for Danny to go in there against 2 stuns, but he knew that one wouldn't be available thanks to that Deadeye. Great decision making there. Hadi's got the primal ready to go. He uses the shield to block out any incoming hooks as Brucean still claims this space.
All right, Sooner has been hacked on the back. We've got Erky on the Sombra now as well. Has got EMP though, so at least managed to build that up in time. And British Hurricane can kind of sit back, relax just for a moment. However I say that, EMP is going to come in on the back. They're trying to jump on the McCree. Oh, Molfig sends the self-destruct right in. And that's probably one of the best places to throw self-destruct. It's got such a long travel time as well that it's very hard, really, for AT to kind of scurry out the way. You're like, okay, so it's going to come as soon as it even hits the ground, sometimes even not. It explodes in midair. No way you can run.
Haddy needs to sow so much chaos with his Primal Rage, though. Angry Titans are going to have an advantage, but look at that, a 5-man anti.
Oh, dear, that's not what you want to see if you're AT right now. Beat's going to come through as well for Hurricane to keep Haddy alive in the corner. They can't get out, but they're still contesting. Finally, Haddy ends up going down. The high noon has been placed, but instant sleep. Blade on the back, too. He's trying to kill people in spawn. He gets the reset. Can he do more? He gets denied with a stun and a flashbang from Kevster to end his life, but still Hurricane fighting on the point. 80 can't get there in time, and that'll be a full completion for Hurricane.
And that's why Angry Titans were running these hero draws. They wanted a Brigitte, they wanted that McCree so they could have the compound stun, because the shield bash goes through the deflect. The deflect is very dangerous for your McCree. It can make you stun your own team, because it's got an AoE, of course, when it's reflected back. So you go for that shield bash first, you turn off the deflect, then you go for the second stun. Luckily, British Hurricane, well, maybe not luckily, very skillfully for British Hurricane.
Very good.
Daned managed to avoid that double stun for a long time, but there, he managed to get caught out.
Not only that, Harry, how many resources are they actually investing into actually dealing with damage? He's like, okay, he's on our back line. We need to stun him. We need to flashbang. We need to kill him. And all that time, you saw British Hurricane were on the point. There were two people trying to deal with the Genji, who was basically out of Nanoblade because he was stunned up so much. And it's like, okay, we've killed him, and now we have nothing left for the preceding fight.
Yeah, and Sooner also demands a lot of those stuns, right? Same with Haddy. The second he goes in and climbs space, he's like, okay, they use flashbang. Then I go in there and just do something. And the entire time, because your composition is so geared towards trying to deal with Daned and Sooner on these flankers, Bucket's free to do what he wants. We saw that in that first fight. There was just an easy dive from Urki on the Pharaoh onto Bucket. They were like, okay, so Bucket's left behind, can't climb up, gets you left alone on the low ground, I'll just dive onto it. But when they change up the composition so that Urki doesn't have the option, he has to instead focus on trying to deal with Daned. It's much more difficult to get rid of that Ana, and when an Ana's free healing, that's a lot of healing throughput, a lot of nano boost that can be generated.
Not only that, you're not even pressured to use Sleep Dart, so you can use that offensively as well, plus the Bio Grenade too.
Onto Deadeye as well. That's what we saw in that final fight. Even with a nano Deadeye not getting much use. Angry Titans, an early hook from Brucein, just seeing if he could catch out a little bit of luck onto Sooner. Kevster is going to be trying to take a Widow Duel here, potentially. Well, it's not really a Widow Duel. It's going to be trying to check Sooner and Daned as they make their engagements. But Singer up against a Doomfist. Maybe they don't want to play on that Widowmaker. We'll have to see.
Yeah, he's going to be rather vulnerable. As soon as you kind of bait out the grapple, you're pretty much free to kill if you're Daned. Chivalry is dead, Harry. But Daned certainly isn't, as he's got Pocket from Mercy too. Yofi can aid him in the back line. It's not like an Ana who has to kind of get in line of sight. Yofi's very free to kind of fly around at whim.
Well, Angry Titans have won the hero chest here. We're going to try and claim the high ground as well to make it safer for AFOX and Kevs, to make sure Daned has to invest more to be able to get onto him. He doesn't have as many abilities for brawling afterwards. You can see he's using that hand cannon to check for Urki's position.
Look at that punch distance too. He's going to get dragged back in. That was a big hole. Straight into the flashbang as well. No way you're surviving that, Bennett. Molfig and Hardy are going to get anti-nated as well. And now it's just carnival ground for Kevster, just clicking on heads left, right, and center. Needs to worry about almost nothing. 2 ticks have been acquired from AT. And the rest is going to get claimed as well. Rather quick and easy cleanup. Daned swapping over to the Hanzo now, deciding he doesn't want anything to do with this Brig or the McCree when he's on the Doomfist.
Yeah, he wants to be able to deal a lot of long-range damage to Kevs to try and be able to win out that duel, because of course McCree, while he does deal a lot of burst damage, does suffer from damage drop-off, so it's not a very good duel for him to take against a sniper, especially when it's one that can take him out in one shot like a Hanzo Cat. Yofi also going over onto this Baptiste, wants that immortality field, but it can be very easily shut down by Urki. Remember, you can hack that field for the entirety of its duration. You can destroy the amplification matrix with EMP as well.
But you've got to be careful, because AT, all that meanwhile, and of course with British Hurricane swapping out, does mean AT have got ults. 90% building up to 100 for Urki on this ultimate as well. He can just walk in straight in, to be fair. He's going to get checked, though, as soon as he saw Daned in the corner. Didn't want to get insta-headshotted, so he's going to back off and survive, at least for the time being. EMP's going to come out as well on the back line, though. That's a lot of people inflicted. Hardy doesn't stand a chance. Those shields get deleted as well, of course, through the hack. And that'll be AT cleaning the rest of them up.
I love the timing there for Translocator as well, while everyone was getting halted, because it meant that as he hacked, he actually destroyed the potential for a hook to come through and try and deal with the, or anything to try and deal with the halted people, making sure that you can't use any additional abilities there. You're going to have to deal with me hacking you all in the center. British Hurricane, they're going to have to come back, use this amplification matrix. They know they can now use it for free because there's no EMP to shut it down. But we've got to worry about so many things coming through from Angry Titans, the own amplification matrix, and of course, Brucean can just make sure no one can stand beside it.
There's the amp matrix. Kev's just going to use that Dragons on the sidelines. Going to cut through it, but no one going down just yet. Had he using the Halt there. The Fortify even, to stop the Halt from dragging him back in. But Kev finds a nice little pick onto Yothi on the sidelines. And now, one healer down. Hurricane going to have to scram. They've only got Bot to heal them up. Deadeye's going to come through, but self-destruct launch to the back.